All right, let's talk about Costco. We all know it, right? The land of giant hot dogs and bulk-sized everything. But today, we're going to look past all that. We're cracking open the official blueprint, the real secret sauce that makes this retail giant tick. And we're not just guessing, we're going straight to the source to see what Costco says about itself. I mean, you've got to wonder, right? You're wandering the aisles, and it's just wild. Over here, you've got giant teddy bears and gasoline. Over there, diamond rings and a lifetime supply of paper towels. How on earth does this seemingly random collection of stuff not only work as a business model, but absolutely crush the competition? It just doesn't seem to make sense, but it does.
Well, the answer isn't hidden in some slick marketing campaign or a fancy commercial. Nope. It's actually laid out in black and white in a document they have to file with the government. It's called a Form 10K. And this is where companies have to be brutally honest. No fluff. They have to lay out their strategy, their numbers, and all the things that could go wrong. So that's what we're going to do today. We're decoding the truth straight from the source.
Okay, first up, let's pop the hood and look at the engine that drives this whole thing. And it's built on a really surprising idea. Less is more. It sounds kind of backward for retail, but it's incredibly efficient. Okay, check out this number. Less than 4,000. Now, what is that? That's roughly how many different types of products they sell. In retail speak, they call them SKUs, or stock keeping units. And you might be thinking, 4,000, that sounds like a lot. But trust me, in the world of big box retail, that number is tiny. It's shockingly small, and it's the key to everything. So let's put that number into perspective. Your typical big supermarket or supercenter, they're juggling over 100,000 different items. It's insane. Costco, on the other hand, has fewer than 4,000. So what does this do? Well, instead of selling a little bit of a lot of things, they sell a ton of a few things. Everything they stock is a bestseller. That means product flies off the shelves. It's all about high volume and super fast turnover. Nothing gathers dust here. And here's how they make that fast turnover work. It's a logistical masterpiece. So, step 1, suppliers send huge truckloads of stuff to Costco's depots. Step 2, instead of storing it, they use this system called cross-docking to immediately sort and reload it onto other trucks. Step 3, those trucks head straight to the warehouses. Now here's the absolute genius part, step 4. This whole process is so incredibly fast that they often sell you that giant box of cereal before they even have to pay their supplier for it. Let that sink in. They're using their supplier's cash to run their business. It's an unbelievable cash flow machine. So if that super efficient supply chain is the engine, what's the fuel? You know, the high-octane stuff that really makes it go. Well, it's something we all know about, that membership fee. Let's dive into why that little card is basically a gold mine for them. You see, that membership fee isn't just an entrance ticket. The 10K report literally calls it integral to our business. Here's the deal. Costco makes almost no money on the stuff they sell. Seriously, the profit margins are razor thin. Where do they make their profit? From you, from that annual membership fee. That's almost pure profit, and it's what keeps the lights on and the company incredibly profitable. And you want to know if it works? Just look at this number. In the US and Canada, their membership renewal rate is a whopping 92.3%. That is just unreal. I mean, most companies would kill for that kind of loyalty. It basically means once you're in, you almost never leave. You just keep feeding that profit machine for them year after year after year. But here's a little secret. Not all members are the same in Costco's eyes. You can see the breakdown here. You've got your Gold Star members, your business members, but look at that big slice. Almost half are executive members. These are the folks who pay more for their membership to get that 2% cashback reward. And they are by far the most important customers Costco has. You're about to see why. Yeah, look at that. That's not a typo. Even though they're less than half the members, this one group, the executive members, is responsible for over 73% of all of Costco's sales worldwide. They are the absolute core of the business. They are the super shoppers who make the whole model work. So how do they keep everyone, especially those super shoppers, so darn happy and loyal? Well, believe it or not, it starts with a philosophy they spell out right in their report, and it's captured in this quote. Their thinking is simple. Take care of our employees. Why? Because if you treat your employees well, pay them good wages, give them good benefits, they'll be happy. And happy employees provide way better customer service. And that great service makes members happy, which keeps them coming back. It's a brilliant, simple circle. Okay, so the strategy sounds pretty solid, right? But talk is cheap. Let's look at the scoreboard. Do the numbers actually back it up? Oh yeah, the numbers back it up, big time. Just look at this chart of their net sales. It's just a steady climb up, from over $237 billion to nearly $270 billion projected. For a company that's already a giant, putting up that kind of consistent growth is just incredibly powerful.
And here's something else that's really cool, which they break down in their report. Their warehouses get better with age, kind of like a fine wine. You can see here a brand new store might open and do, say, $140 million in sales its first year. Pretty good. But by year 5, that same store is doing $210 million. And the older ones, they just keep growing. It's a long-term game for them, and it pays off.
So, what has all this success meant for investors? Well, they've been very, very happy. This chart basically shows what would have happened if you invested $100 5 years ago. That top line? That's Costco. It has absolutely smoked the competition, both the overall stock market and other retail stocks. It hasn't even been close.
But it can't all be sunshine and roses. To get the full picture, we have to look at the potential problems. So, what are the headwinds? What are the things that Costco itself says it's worried about?
See, what could go wrong? This is my favorite part of any 10K report. It's called Risk Factors, and it's where the company is legally required to list all the things that keep the CEO up at night. And they list quite a few. For one, they're really dependent on the US market, especially California. If something bad happens to the economy there, it hits them hard. Of course, you've got fierce competition from giants like Walmart and, well, Amazon. Then there's their own machine. Their whole business relies on that super efficient distribution system. If that breaks down, they're in big trouble. And finally, the two big ones. They have to keep members happy and renewing, and they have to protect all our data from cyber attacks. A lot to worry about. Which brings us to the big final question. Look, there's no doubt that Costco's blueprints, this whole less is more, membership-fueled, get-you-in-the-store model, has built an absolute empire. But the world is changing, and it's changing fast. We're moving to an age of AI, automation, and instant delivery right to your doorstep. So is this blueprint, which is so fundamentally about the physical warehouse experience, designed to survive the next retail revolution? That right there is the multi-billion-dollar question.